Hello, my amazing artists. I'm so sorry I couldn't be at school today, but I'm going to show you a video of what we're going to do. We're going to start a new project today, and then we're going to work on it and finish it, I think, next week. So listen carefully so you know what to do. You are going to get one of these great big pieces of paper. The funny thing is my copier does not like these great big pieces of paper. So you can see how some of the lines didn't finish. So first thing we're gonna do is write our name and number on the back with a pencil and then flip it over. And then wherever those lines didn't finish, you're gonna use a Sharpie. They're already at your table for you, and you're just gonna finish those lines to the edge of the paper like that, okay? You should have two sides you need to finish, a side and then a bottom. This project is called ABC Squares. So first thing you're gonna do is go to your seats and do that. Name and number, finish your lines. This is where I would pause the video. Okay, when you get back, after you've done that, you're gonna come sit back on the floor and let's talk for a second about what we're gonna do with these squares. So we are gonna be using my neon oil pastels. They're really bright and pretty and there's lots of colors. And we're gonna be making patterns on all of these squares. There's 28 of them. We're not gonna do 28 patterns though. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. A pattern is a shape or a line that repeats itself. We're gonna make our patterns easy because we have so much to do. So I've got a little piece of paper right here that I'm gonna put our patterns on that we are going to do on our big paper. We're gonna try to use lots of colors on this too. We want it really bright and pretty, and I'm gonna show you an example in just a minute. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose your color, and then first of all, let's come up with our patterns. So a good easy pattern is lines. These lines are called vertical because they go up and down. You could also do lines that go sideways. These are called horizontal. Those are pretty simple. Another pretty easy pattern is circles. Okay? Have a lot of people that also want to do stars. So instead of doing the hard stars that go like this, I just do an X with a line. And this is a good pattern too. A pattern just means it's something that repeats itself. It doesn't have to be more than one thing. Okay? And we're just gonna keep it simple today by just doing one thing in each square. All right? Another pattern, good pattern, would be different kinds of lines like zigzags. Okay? Or you could do wavy lines for your pattern. Or you could do, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm using yellow and I'm doing bunny hops for my pattern. Okay? The pattern needs to fill up the whole square. But don't get sloppy. We don't want to mess it up. We still want it to look nice. You could even do squares, or they're kind of rectangles. And you don't have to do them all the same size. Some of them can be big, some can be small. And as long as you fill it up and it's the same shape, that would be a pattern. I also really like this one right here, diagonals. And you can make diagonals go this way or this way. You can even make them go both ways and turn it into diagonal checker. You can also do vertical and horizontal checker. Okay, I have one more. This one I'm gonna make a little bit harder, not harder, but different from the other ones. I'm gonna use two different lines in this one. We did these with the Easter eggs last week that we drew. I'm gonna do bunny hop, line, line, bunny hop, and then if I had room, I would do line, line again. So that's my pattern for that one. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. You're all gonna go to your seats. You're gonna choose any color you want and you're gonna hold it in the air. Then your teacher is gonna choose one person who's being a great listener and they're gonna get to pick what pattern we start with. So if they pick someone, that person might say circles, okay? So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna use whatever color you chose, and you're gonna do circles on 4 squares. So you might do this one, and you can do any squares you want as long as you're doing that one pattern and you're using the one color. Okay, so I did circles, circles, circles. That's 3. I have 1 more. Do you see how I'm spreading them out? I don't want them to touch each other. I want them to be kind of spread out so that my paper is very colorful when I'm done. Okay, I've done 4 squares with that pattern. So then your teacher will pick another person. You'll get a new color, and your teacher will pick another person to pick a new pattern. So they might pick wavy lines. So then you would get your paper back out, and you would do 4 squares with wavy lines. And every time you're gonna pick a new color and a new pattern, and you're gonna do 4 squares until every square is filled up with all the patterns, okay? We're gonna go slow with this. You'll have plenty of time. Now, we wanna fill up the squares, but we also do want some white space because next week we're gonna paint all that white space. When you get finished, you will have all the squares filled up. Do you see how I spread the colors out? I tried to use as many colors as I could so that it's bright and colorful, okay? Now, you will not end up using all of these patterns. You will only use, I think, 5 different patterns to fill up this. Okay, but the teacher's gonna pick people based on how you can listen and follow directions. All right, y'all have fun, and next week we will paint these and finish these.